I'll take your question.
Like propose Andy.
Are we happy to add Andy to that 4?
I just wondered,
Sorry.
how I seem to have missed in the October meeting. Did that happen in the October meeting that we elected 3 councillors to the FOI panel?
The FOI was elected in the first meeting that we had in the May. So when we did all the elections to all the committees. So that's when the Freedom of Information panel was selected.
Right.
And this is just, the complaints committee is just one that's been missed, but upon the review of standing orders and so on, we're meant to have this. So Councillor Balfour's proposed the same people that are on Freedom of Information, which is us 3, and then you're proposing Councillor Sherritt as well, so I'm hoping we could just combine that as a 4.
So, but yeah, no problem with that. Just to clarify, then maybe the notes along in October's meeting, we should have said names or something, is that right? In the notes to councillors that we've got for today's meeting.
Possibly, we might have to look into that then.
Yes.
I think it might be put back, but my understanding is that the notes are not filed and, they're...
Yeah, no, I accept that. It's just obviously we can only read what's there.
Yeah.
It's just I thought
But there wasn't anything in October's minutes in relation to it that I remember at all, so... Yeah.
I mean, essentially, we're meant to have a complaints committee. The essential item is that we're meant to have a complaints committee as part of the standing orders. So, on the review, that's what's ultimately picked it up. And so, I hope Councillor Balfour's happy for me to say this. So, the proposal is Councillor Balfour, Councillor Maiden, Councillor Roberts, and Councillor Sherritt to be on the complaints committee. So, can I take that as the proposal? Yeah? Can I have a seconder for that, then, please? I'll take... Sorry, should we do this? So, Councillor Cook seconded. All in favour of that proposal, then, please? Full house. Thank you very much. So, item 14, motions requested by councillors. I'll just read out the item and then I'll come to you, Andy. To receive a proposal and recommendation from Councillor Andy Sherritt, that Ackworth Parish Council investigate the possibility of upgrading the recently installed crossing on Wakefield Road to a lights control puffing crossing with a view to using available SIL money, including that previously allocated for the Doctor's Surgery car park under section 274 of the Highways Act 1980 to contribute towards the cost of upgrades if they are possible. And I'll let you just speak to your motion.
Well, I think we've got a thing in the pack about it that it was good. I read the YLCA Law and Governance Monthly that we got and noted in it that NELP solicitor advised that as light controlled crossings are a physical structure that forces traffic to stop, counted as traffic calming, and therefore a parish council can contribute towards the cost on that. And it just struck me that actually was something that potentially we could use SIL money that we've got, maybe other SIL money or other funding, to enable the original intention of the 2,000 people who signed Dougie Lloyd's petition to be met, and obviously increase the safety of that crossing. Obviously I don't know what the costs would be for it, but certainly looking at things like the traffic signs regulation and general directions, zigzag layouts as streamlined so that all crossings have the same requirements, and shouldn't be an issue with that. So essentially it would be changing flashing orange lights to traffic lights and a few other bits and pieces. So it just struck me as, obviously I don't know if it's possible, but it potentially is something that's possible without particularly high cost to actually get that. Because there seem to be lots of reports, and I did a quick look at that letter that Sean gave out. I've seen a lot of reports from people who are having near misses and things on it. And I think the fact that it's not got traffic lights does make it less obvious to car traffic, and I'm not trying to excuse anybody for driving across when somebody's crossing, but if you've got traffic lights on red, there is an absolute legal obligation to stop, and somebody trying to cross knows that those cars absolutely have to stop. So it just struck me as a way to meet the original intention of the petition that got a crossing there, in line with the way apparently we can spend our money.
Yeah.
You know, certainly, I mean, initially, obviously, to look into it, to check the feasibility and costs, but assuming it's acceptable and realistic, then something that we could move towards when we could.
Excellent, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Just one of the updates from when this came up in the last Parish Council, my understanding is it's not, the funding issue isn't the issue. Highways have funding for whatever crossings needed, and so...
But if somebody else funds it, that's even better.
Yeah.
If it comes from that.
Just to put that by all count, when we had the site meeting with Martin Barnes and Councillor Mortley, it was to do with sight lines and the amount of stopping. I understand the information you've got, I'm just going on what
I've only printed a tiny fraction of what there is, but these are the relevant bits, and it's certainly...
Ultimately,
yeah.
if it was up to us, we'd have it. You know, if it was up to this Parish Council, we'd likely have it. But it's not our decision ultimately. That I'm just basically giving information on what was given. Councillor Bell.
Could I propose an amendment to the proposal?
Can I just as procedural? So Andy Sherritt's proposing his proposal that's listed. Can I get a seconder for Andy Sherritt's proposal then, please? Susie Sherritt, yeah. Okay, so we've got a proposer and a seconder, so can I say, okay, you would put forward an amendment? Yeah.
Right. Just as we're reading it, my amendment proposal would be, I'll read it from the beginning, to receive a proposal and recommendation from Councillor Sherritt that Ackworth Parish Council investigate the possibility of upgrading the recently installed crossing on Wakefield Road to a light control buffering crossing, all of which I agree with. Then I would delete everything out to that and put further and in addition that Ackworth Parish Council petition Wakefield District Council and Highways to install more crossings on Wakefield, Doncaster and Barnsley roads as outlined in our original road safety plan. And the last plan was submitted from us to Wakefield Council in November 22. So, and my reason for that proposal would be that I think the Wakefield Council Highways are responsible for the for paying for a crossing. They're the ones who know what all the regulations are. They're the ones who've got the pots of money available to pay for that. I'm not sure if all the residents of Ackworth would be happy for us to spend Ackworth Parish Council money on things that are already covered by Wakefield Council. So that's the reason for my proposal. I do agree. I agree that that we need more crossings, as Phil said originally, and we've all said that we need more crossings. But I think that Wakefield Council ought to be petitioned to provide that.
So that's a proposal from Councillor Bell. Can I get a seconder for the amendment then, please? That's it. Councillor Cook seconding. Okay, so I'll take a vote on the...
Can you speak on the amendment?
Sorry, sorry. Yeah, of course.
I think agreeing with the amendment, if I remember rightly, we were promised when we were having all the discussions around Pelican Crossing, where should it go, and all those discussions, we were promised that their Wakefield Council would basically, we believe we were promised there would be more crossings. So I think John's amendment is just adding some muscle to that really, and saying let's pursue that, and let's not just wait about and see what happens, but let's pursue that actively and try and make that promise into a reality.
Sure. Yeah, thank you for that. Any more comments?
I agree that more crossings would be good. I'd be a bit concerned that you could lose the potential to upgrade the one that's there to a puffin by, that could be one thing, and the others being another separate proposal, I would have thought. But would be my view, just to try and to make sure you didn't lose an ability to maybe do something that gets back to the original intent of the crossing that we almost got.
Councillor Cook?
I think following on from the site meeting, with all the experts that came from highways, it's going to be very difficult to change that one into a Pelican crossing because where it's situated, the amount of extra zigzags that you have to have legally, and well,
we can quote them 17.16.
Just
from the traffic signs regulations to be fair.
Can Councillor Cook?
there were a number of points to do with the various exits and streets, and obviously the shops didn't want to lose all their parking, and due to that, it was technical expertise that won the day rather than anything else. So it wasn't money, and it wasn't us not wanting a Pelican crossing. It was to do with the technical experts coming on and saying this is not suitable for a Pelican, and we argued with them to the best of our ability, but at the end of the day they have the last say because they are the traffic experts. So we can ask, and we can ask them to reevaluate and look again because regulations change, and I think that was the problem because we've got a lot of Pelican crossings on the other road, the Barnsley Road, haven't we? We've got several, and we were pointing that out, what's the difference, and they said regulations have changed a lot since they were put in, so we can't really override the experts is what I'm saying, but we can ask again for them to reassess and see if anything has changed in the interim.
Councillor Hall?
I mean, I do think we should ask them to reassess, just I think the public clarity for this. I wasn't keen to offer to give money we could use for something else to a crossing they should be funding, particularly if it is true the issue wasn't finance.
Yeah, exactly.
And just because I know it was raised by members of the public as well, but by the 3 crossings on the A628, we're bringing in obviously the other direction to where Oakfield Park School is, because we do know that is.
Yes.
I just want to emphasise that because and by Barnsley, I think when the amendment,
please live at our end of the village.
Yes. Because I think by the amendment and Barnsley Road, that's the bit of the village we're meaning that's not covered on the A628.
Yes.
I just want to bring that in because I know you've mentioned it.
What the school can give it some kind of priority?
You would think so.
Absolutely. School being there, does that not give it some kind of priority? The crossings, you'd have thought that.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you? But
that went years ago.
okay, so we take. There's been an amendment proposed and seconded, so we'll take a vote on the amendments. That's the procedural way of how you do that. So if I take votes in favour of the amendment, then please. So we've got 7 in favour of the amendment. Votes against the amendment. Abstentions on the amendment. 2 abstentions. The amendment is carried, so therefore that's the proposal that's been put forward. Okay, thank you.
To tell you this is Chair, I think we have to vote on the amended motion. We have accepted the amendment.
I thought you took.
So we now have to vote on the motion as amended.
Okay, so thank you very much. I just assumed we'd done that, so just really done. So the amendment's been accepted, so therefore we're taking a vote on the new proposal, which has the amendment within it, which is, can I just have a copy? Thank you very much. So I'll just read it out just for clarity. So to receive a proposal and recommendation from Councillor Shelley, Ackworth Parish Council investigate the possibility of upgrading the recently installed crossing on Wakefield Road to a light control buffering crossing. Further, and in addition, Ackworth Parish Council petition Wakefield District Council and Highways to install more crossings on Wakefield, Doncaster and Barnsley roads as outlined in our original road safety plan. And just for context, the last plan was submitted to them in November 2022. So that's the new proposal that we're voting on. Thank you for that, Councillor Balfour. Experience with a former chair, I believe. So can I have a proposal for the full amended proposal then, please? Councillor Bell? Councillor Cook seconding? Can I take votes in favour then, please? 7 And we've got a full house on the full proposal. Thank you very much, everyone. Okay, so item 15, to elect a councillor to attend the PACT meetings following a response from the PCSO. Just to clarify, so why this has come about is because there's no actual, it's not, I can't think of the word I want to use, there's not an actual need or there's not a specific requirement for Ackworth Parish Council to send a councillor to PACT meetings. It's normally a district councillor that would attend those. That's certainly what happens across the rest of the district. However, the PCSO did contact the council to basically inform us that a councillor attended, but they attended in their right as just a resident, so they weren't attended as a councillor. But that did cause some confusion at the meeting, so therefore it's come to the council and basically we're looking for, it'll be treated as sort of like an outside body, so a member of the council would attend the PACT meetings and then give a written report back regarding those PACT meetings. So it'll be treated very much like an outside body. So we're there to basically listen and report back, sort of thing.
How often?
By all accounts, they're every 6 weeks, but just from experience, I'm not sure that's 100% reliable. It is every 6 weeks, but that's just...
And where are they?
It is every 6 weeks.
For ward, because PACT meetings are held according to ward as well, so it's not just Ackworth that would be covered, it would be Upton and North Emsall and Thorpe Audley, Badsworth and so on. It's a Ward 1 PACT meeting, not just this parish, so it does change it again a little bit in terms of that. Are there any...
Just a thought, I mean, there are 12 of us. Could we not send 1 or 2 people each time there's a meeting? Just take it in turns.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yes.
Look, I mean, I attended the last one, but they are, I don't know, it was 10:30 or something on Thursday or something like that. I can't remember what time it was something like that kind of thing.
Because I know that sometimes when the RAM,
I'm flexible with work, but it's not, you know, I don't want to go when I can, but
yeah,
I don't want to go.
Yeah. It's not an every time you can go. Yeah.
No, maybe couldn't. I just couldn't guarantee that I could
yes.
because I'm self-employed, and if there's something that makes me money, I'd have to do it.
Yeah, totally understandable. Councillor Bell?
Yeah, I'm just thinking about how we could do that, but know who it is who's representing us, because the issue that arose last time was that the parish council, one of our parish councillors was there, but wouldn't report back because they said they were attending as an individual, and wouldn't bring a report back to us because they were attending as an individual. So we wouldn't want that situation to arise again. So I'm just wondering how we could do that. Have it a situation so that it can be a rotating thing, but know who it is, so that the person who's going as part of that rotating thing knows that they are there to report back. You know what I mean?
Well, I just wanted to add in terms of that, because I didn't go in any representation. I'd actually been contacted by a resident to ask if it said, about something that was relevant, so I did raise that on their behalf, but I didn't really go as a parish council representative.
Yeah.
We hadn't discussed that, so
I mean,
didn't want to get involved in anything on that basis because it didn't seem right. No, I'm just saying that was my thought when I was there, was I can't really be the person who's representing because officially I wasn't. So
just bring in Councillor Hall.
I was just going to say, if you being everybody's responsibility, nobody will go.
there is that.
Yes.
Because I know you need to have already fully committed. So
Yes.
you can put me on the list, but I won't go.
We could maybe have 2 or 3 alternates or something like that, maybe.
Do I have
Daytime
volunteers?
teaching.
I mean, like I said, this
I'm happy to volunteer.
I'll volunteer.
Oh.
If you just bring us on as well.
3 volunteers, so
Yeah.
between us, we can
Oh, yeah.
So we've got Councillor Sherritt, Councillor Balfour and Councillor Bennett.
No, Councillor.
Oh, Councillor Maiden, sorry. Okay, so who's prepared to propose that? So there's 3 councillors that are sort of like, I don't know, sharing that responsibility.
Yeah.
First of all,
Councillor Hall's proposing that there's a shared responsibility amongst 3 councillors, and those councillors are Councillor Bell, Councillor Maiden, Councillor Sherritt, and between those 3, at least one of them will attend the PAC meeting and report back.
We email each other.
Or ask for backup.
Yeah.
Can I have a seconder on that one, please? Councillor Balfour, and votes in favour then? And we've got a full house. Thank you very much.
Do we know where the next meeting is?
We'll have to double check with the clerk because I believe the invitation goes to the office, and I think they are advertised as well. But I think we could.
30th of November here. You don't say why then. It was not.
Well, the one I went to, yeah.
So yeah, the next meeting is 30th of November. We need to find out the location, so we need to double check with the clerk on that one. And we've all voted in favour of that, right? Excellent. Item 16 then, please. To agree an insurance claim is submitted to replace the stolen defibrillator at Carbridge. Just for clarity, this is just a suggestion put forward. It doesn't have to be a claim, it can come out of, if we don't want to put a claim in because it might raise the insurance, for example, that might be an argument put forward. We can put forward a different suggestion. So it's not a formal proposal, it's just an item for the agenda.